Welcome back to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader. Different vantage point today outside, enjoying the increasing heat before it gets too hot. I thought I'd do an outside video today. A lot happened in the last 24 hours about the economy, about a lot of different things, and catching up on some world events as well, but got a lot of notes. Just going to run through them all and then just give a little synopsis of where we're at. First off, two major things, announcements to the U.S. economy. The U.S. economy came out with the Federal Reserve, as expected, increased rates 0.75% or 75 basis points. That's just what we expected. And that pretty much coincided with a nice Bitcoin pump. And the altcoins also went up nicely as well. So it matched expectations. It just tells you that things are going to get more and more expensive. And it's all about credit. It's like the entire U.S. economy is credit-based almost entirely. You get mortgages, you get credit cards, car loans, everything is borrowed money, borrowed time. And we're running out of time, we're running out of ability to borrow. So that's where we're at with that. And the other thing that came out this morning is the GDP, or gross domestic product, came out negative again. It was negative 0.9%, just under 1% downwards. Second quarter in a row that went down, which is the definition of a recession, even though they're trying to, it seems like the White House is trying to redefine what a recession is. So they're spin doctoring everything right now. It's just another thing that they are reimagining the definition of, and they've been doing that a lot the last couple of years. Other things that have come out lately, let's see. Yeah, we're in a recession. So the Bitcoin reaction was positive to both news. Both of these, and also the altcoins are going up well. A lot of the Ethereum news came out. Vitalik Buterin mentioned that 5 more phases to go for Ethereum to start rolling out to their new 2.0. I think, and it all rhymes was, let's see, it was merge, verge, purge, and splurge, I think were the phrases, which sounds great, but you know, where's the teeth and where's the meat of that story? Let's see if they actually hit those dates. And then I got a little bit more. So we talked about that last. We talked about all these things last night on our AMA. And by the way, if you missed it, if you're a member of CryptoConfidential, remember on my Patreon, I'll be posting that link to that video later today. It's one of the things I got to do. That's why I'm shooting the video earlier today. Also before it hits 90 degrees today. I'm still sweating out here, even though I'm not in the pool, but I am poolside. And I wanted to talk a little bit about world events and also another adoption story that may have been missed. I posted this on my Instagram. By the way, if you're not following me on Instagram, you should be. It's LitecoinLeader. Pretty much easy to follow me there. It's the same name on Telegram. Follow Leader is my free Telegram. You can join me there as well. And of course, LitecoinLeader.com. But I'm not doing the whole scroll thing. So go to LitecoinLeader.com. It's all there. We talked about the BitPay card last night. We talked about silver. I'll be making more videos about, cash and silver and crypto. But one thing that I noticed that was an interesting, talking about credit, Barclays, one of the largest credit vendors, and I think it's the largest bank in the UK, they just announced that they are partnering, that they invested in copper. And you may not know copper, but for those that are in the custody business, and as some of you may know, I've been an advisor and I work closely with Viva Capital. They're a good custodian, and I know that whole team well. They work with copper, and I know that the Divi team also works with copper. Copper is an industrial or like enterprise level solution for custody and security of coins, and they do a lot of back end stuff that you don't necessarily need to see, but it's kind of like the fire blocks and all the different companies that work like used in industrial grade, like top end security, top end blockchain services. Copper is one of them. So it's very interesting that Barclays is taking a stake in them. That just a merger of the old banking to the new way of blockchain. So again, we're testing my mic because I've got lawnmowers going. Always seems to be going in my neighborhood. World events. I'll talk briefly about world events. If you have, there's a great account on Twitter. I think it's called Radio Genoa, or Radio Genoa. I think it's an Italian-based site talking about a lot of things that are happening in Italy and the Netherlands and the UK and other things going on in Europe. There's a lot of political unrest. Italy had a vote of no confidence in their parliament, and all the parliament's gone. Their government's gone. Kind of like what happened in Sri Lanka, but worse, or on par in Italy. We know what's happened with Boris in the UK. There's a whole lot in the Netherlands. They continue to disrupt everything they can. The farmers are really pushing hard on the global world right now, or their government, and trying to get things resolved regarding the fertilizer and the food. So it all is culminating together. It's all coming together. So again, we see that crypto went up. We see silver went up yesterday too, and all those things are like preservation of wealth tools. And as we see that, like the death of the dollar, the death of the fiat, the death of these currencies, and we see that Russia is working with China and getting other systems in place, with the BRICS nations, and working on a different world reserve currency. And hopefully, we know that Russia's gold backed and we know that India is involved with the BRICS and the rupee. It's all coming together. So another thing I mentioned on Instagram, and this is another big story, was that Coinbase, it's interesting the timing of this. So Coinbase is a publicly traded company, as you know, and it's a big exchange, probably the biggest exchange in the US. So since they went public, that makes them have to open up their books. So there's a lot of speculation that they are going to have issues with the SEC, or they have issues with other agencies of the federal government. And a major player named, you may not know, but Kathy Woods from ARK, I think it's ARK Financial, but most people just call it ARK. But she sold a lot of Coinbase. I think it was, I don't know the number exactly, but she sold it for a pretty significant loss. She dumped shares of Coinbase because obviously, and she dumped it for a loss. So that's two things that are significant. She sold, and she sold for a loss, which means that she fears a bigger loss that might be coming. So all that's coming out. All these things are pointing in the direction of, if you haven't done it already, and we say it all the time, get your coins off the exchange. They're not secure there. They're not safe. If you have to go to a website to see your coins, they're not your coins, because if that website goes down, how do you get access to them? So anyway, that's a lot of the good stories. I try to pack it all into like about 10 minutes or so. There's lots coming out there. Like the AMA, like I said, will be up for Patreon and CryptoConfidential later today. There's earnings news coming out for two of the biggest companies in the country, Amazon and Apple, over $3 trillion in market cap. That's bigger than all of crypto, and that's going to have a major influence in the stock market and the financial markets heading into the weekend. But lots said today. I would love to hear your feedback. What stories, what do you want me to cover more? You want to cover adoption, silver, all of it, the market? What do you want to hear about? I'm covering as much crypto as I can, but the stories are kind of lower on the tier with all the other economic turmoil that's going on in the world. So, lots said today. I'm going to close the door on the bureau, say follow leader one more time, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.